Everyone, welcome to another video, and today I'm doing 5 minty herbal fragrances of some of my favourite types of fragrances. I love mints and herbal fragrances, so these are my current 5 favourites in my collection that are minty herbal fresh. There's one which is harder to find, but I have an alternative from the same brand, and I'll get into that in the first thing that I'll do. So if you like mint, which to be honest a lot of people don't like mint in fragrances, and I all taste their own, but I really do enjoy mint in anything, in fragrances, in cooking, food, whatever it be. I just like mint itself. I even love mint sort of shower gels and things like that, and you get like that eucalyptus feel. It makes you cold and anything like that. I absolutely love it. So for me, mint is one of my favourite notes in anything, but certainly in fragrances and perfume. So as I say, I've got 5 fragrances, well 6, but one's an alternative to one that's a bit harder to find now. So without further ado, I think we will crack on and get into the first one. Okay, first one, and its alternative is the one from the Galan house. Now, I've actually only got 2 houses. I've got 3 fragrances from Guerlain, and I've got 2 from Lacoste. So the first one is this guy. This is the discontinued scent, harder to find now. This one is the original Guerlain Homme. Well, the original had like a metal plate on it, and they eventually got rid of that and just had the same bottle without the plaque on the front, which I like to see the juice. So if you'll see that Guerlain Homme. I ain't got much of this left. I do use it sparingly now. This one, a nice mix of, like, it's supposed to be like a mojito scent, and it has that. It has a fresh mint, slightly boozy accord with cedar as a backbone. Mainly deep fresh, sort of, it has some other citruses in it, but it's predominant in its sort of slightly boozy, minty accord with some herbals, and again that sort of cedar just backing it up. Really nice. The only problem this had was it lacked in performance. The performance was below average for most people, even myself. Although when I did wear it, if it was within say the 2 or 3 hour mark of wearing it, I almost always got a compliment on it. So it definitely smelled good to people, but unless they smelt you within the first 2 to 3 hours, I wasn't going to smell it thereafter. So real nice scent, but it lacked a bit of performance. Now, the very strange things happened at Guerlain House. When this got discontinued, this popped up, and this was Galan Homme Low Baswe. On the initial spray of this, it's a little different. It's more citrus top. As it dries down, it smells almost identical to the dry down. So all I think is that they heard people's complaints about this, that they love the scent, but it didn't last, so it started losing popularity and lost its sales. So what I think they've done is discontinued this, well, they were reformulating this into this. Then when they got this ready, they discontinued this and brought out this. And what this does is basically the very, very similar scent, but you get more of a citrus top with this, and then it goes into sort of that minty cedar dry down. And so this one, yeah, there's more of a cedar in this than this. This is more of like a subtle cedar in the background pushing. This is more heavy in the cedar, and I think that's what makes this one last and project more so than this one. So I'm going to say honestly, that's what I think happened. They heard the complaints, they know about the longevity problems, they reformulated to this, but they couldn't call it this because this was more heavy in the citruses and the cedar. But when they dry down, say after the first 30 minutes or an hour, they smell almost identical. So that's what I think they've done. They just rebadged it and just upped a few things to make the performance a bit better. But that's my theory. But if you can get hold of this, this is a little bit more mint heavy than low Bosui, more boozy, as low Bosui is really boozy. But if you like the dry down of this, but you want it last a bit longer, then this has the same dry down and lasts longer. So that's what I reckon they did. So the first one is Galan the original, or if you can't get it and you want a similar scent on dry down, then go with Guerlain's Low Bosui. Okay, second fragrance, I've got them in a box here. I'll alternative them a bit, so I'll go with a Lacoste. Where I'm going to I'll put this there. Right, Lacoste, it's got quite a couple of minty fragrances. They like the fresh, clean, slightly younger scents. However, there are some minty herbal ones, and this one is a one from the old school. This one is Lacoste Booster. This list is not in any order, by the way. It's just 5 fragrances and not like the top 5, you know. So Lacoste Booster. It's quite a simple scent, yet it's got a lot in it, if you know what I mean. It does one thing and one thing well, and that, as it says, it boosts your mood. You spray this on, it's got mint and eucalyptus as well as other herbs in the scent. When you spray it on, because of that eucalyptus, you get a cooling effect with that bright fresh mint and eucalyptus. It's just fresh and clean and cold. It's not only cold to the skin but cold smelling. And as it dries down, more of the herbs start coming through, and it's very herbal green scent thereafter. I do have a little bit of a problem with mine leaking just slightly if I start sloshing it around like I am. Little bits of it come out. I don't know if it'll show there, but it's a little wet. It's actually getting worse, so I better stop waving it around. But that's, if you like eucalyptus and mint, you'll really enjoy Lacoste Booster. So this, I don't wave around like this often. It just sits on the shelf perfectly still, so I don't lose the juice. But wow, really, just if you just like to invigorate yourself and feel much better, and lift your boost your mood really, then this one is a good one. The next fragrance is a similar sort of take on this, but done in a very French way. So let's get on to the next one. But this one is a good alternative, and you can certainly find this still around, certainly on other places like eBay, and now and again All Beauty in the UK has a bottle. But if you want it straight away, and some like All Beauty hasn't got one, then you will find them reasonably regular on eBay. So the next one, as I said, if you want Lacoste Booster, but sort of a French way of doing it, a posh French way of doing it, then of course you go to Galan, and you go Galan L'Homme Ideal Cool is its full name, or the toilette. I believe this is discontinued as well, possibly, I'm not 100% on that, but you can still find it around. This one, again, you spray it, lots of like mints and herbs and freshness, but this is blended so smoothly and well, like you would expect a French perfume to be. It's not sort of one note and one note and one note like the Lacoste Booster. This is what you expect from French perfume. Very blended very well, softly. You know, it does a similar thing, but does it in a more sophisticated way, and again, much better blended through the notes, and yeah, it's nice. It doesn't have the cooling effect of the eucalyptus, It doesn't have that, but what it does have is all the mint and the freshness and the herbs and all that sort of take. So very, very nice stuff. It's not the same as Lacoste Booster, but it reminds me of it. It's just the same notes, but it's done in Galan's special French perfume way that they do things. A sort of more upper class version, if you will. L'Homme Ideal Cool by Guerlain. Alright, so going back to Lacoste, and this one, a more recent release, I think it was 2020, and I'm going to be doing a review of it just after this video. I think the next video along, or the one after, will be a quick review of this. And this one from Lacoste is Match Point. Okay, with its very, very minty green juice. Nice little bottle. Yeah, I like the bottle, nice and simple, but with like a tennis racket handle thing on the top over there. The Lacoste logo. This one, sort of a modern take on a minty, fresh, herbal scent, like all these are. I think a cross between sort of, excuse me, I got a cold, like the Lacoste Booster and the Galan, sort of a cross between the two. But modernised, you know, this fresh and sweet thing that's going around. Well, this is like that. It's fresh and it's sweet, but it's not too sweet. It's got a sweetness sprinkle in it to sort of bring it up to modern tastes, if you will. But it's not like Invictus or any of those ones that are trying to copy it and making it a bit too sweet. It's just got a hint of sweetness in there. It's sort of sprinkled with it. This concentrates more on the mint and freshness with the herbs, and when you spray it on, it smells, yes, a little more modern, a little bit sweet, but with the minty freshness and the herbs backing it up. Really nice stuff, actually, this one. I'm getting through the bottle reasonably quickly. I'll wear fragrances all year round, even ones like this, which are more designed for spring and summer. I'll wear what I want when I want, and I'll wear stuff like this throughout winter. I don't really care. But real nice. I was hoping that this wasn't going to be another Invictus clone, and my first impressions when I sprayed it was, oh, it's got a sweetness, it's going to be Invictus, and I was a bit disappointed. But a couple of wearings in, and the bottle the juice started opening up, and the mint and the herbs started being more dominant than the sort of sweetness in here, and really then it came to its own. And so if you want a more slightly modern, slightly sweet version of a clean, fresh, minty herbal scent, then this is actually a pretty good one. And Lacoste Match Point. And so we go into the last fragrance, number 5, or technically number 6 really, but number 5. This one probably is my favourite, the one from the Guerlain house, and it is Galan Homme, and it is the Eau de Parfum version. This one's got like a, can't really see it on there, but it's like a pale green colour. It looks a different colour on camera a little bit, but it's sort of like a pale green mint colour. This one is more like it is mint and herbs throughout, but it's got a subtle sweetness with a boozy accord to it. This one, and a little bit of a spice as well. That spice is in the background, just sort of pushing everything forward and making everything last a little longer. Yeah, real nice, boozy, sort of like a spiced rum sort of take. A slightly sweet spiced rum, but overshadowed by the spice rum backs it up, but overshadowed by the mint and the herbs. Alright, so real nice. This is my, I think it's the 3rd bottle. I got through 100ml. Then I had a smaller bottle of this, a 50ml, and then I repurchased this 100ml, and look how much I've used again. Really enjoy this one. It doesn't push that much off the skin. It's more like an average performer, but it does last, being out of the puffer, and it's just something for yourself to enjoy. I mean, if you love mint and herbal sort of fragrances, then you've got to try the outer puffer. It is a cracking scent, and I've used a hell of a lot of it, and I still will do. I mean, more than likely by the end of this year, which is only a few months' time, I'll have to buy another bottle, because I wear this at least once a week, once every 2 weeks. Certainly no less than that. So there we go. Number 5 is Galan on EDP. So that's it. That's my 5 minty herbal fragrances that I really do enjoy. Let me know in the comments below, is any of these that you've got that you enjoy, or any of these that you haven't tried yet and yet you'd love to have a go and get a sample or a bottle. And let me know if you haven't tried any, but you later on that you buy one of these to try out and you like it, you don't like it, whatever it is, just leave a comment below. I'll answer you if I can. So thank you for watching, really do appreciate it as always, and I'll see you again soon on the next video.